What's going on, folks? CJ Lauerman, aka ThatSportsGamer here, as always, coming back at you with a new episode of Bullpen Banter, episode 74. I feel like we've been doing this for a while now, that we're up to 74 episodes. I'm joined by my good friend and confidant, Chris. Thank you for being a friend. SnaggleJ, what's going on?
Do you realize that we are less than 12 hours away from baseball video game season?
That does sound appropriately right.
I am hyped beyond all belief right now.
Like AF?
Like hype AF would probably be an accurate way to describe it. Yes.
All right, good. I'm very excited for your hype AFness.
I'm also excited.
You're obviously talking about the pre-orders for Out of the Park Baseball 19 going out tomorrow morning, I believe at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Eastern, whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
By the time you're listening to the archive of this, out. People are playing it. People are streaming it. And that just kicks off a big week of baseball. You know what? We should probably just talk about what we're doing this week to get into this before we just jump at everything, right?
I mean, I feel like most people are probably here just to have us talk about what we're going to be doing for the next 7 days.
I think it's a great idea. I only have the next 5 days planned out, but I'm with you.
So do I. But
let me break down my part of the schedule. Where's my image? I have it turned off. That's not the image. There it is. Monday. That's tomorrow. 10 p.m. to midnight. I'm playing Out of the Park Baseball 19. My Acuna Matata stream. Braves franchise is going to be lit AF, as the kids say. Tuesday, my wedding anniversary. Going to go see Black Panther with my wife. Hit up a little, I believe it's a French bakery for breakfast. Going to get some pastries. It's going to be great.
Cool.
Wednesday, a Bullpen Banter Fantasy Draft. Which reminds me, I do have to add Baffle and someone else into the draft. Thursday, the Out of the Park official launch day. If you're on Steam or Origin, you can get it that day as well. I'm going to be starting a Angels franchise over on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. Going to try to get, I'm trying to get Shohei Ohtani to get, Cy Young, MVP, Silver Slugger, and possibly Rookie of the Year. I think we can do it all.
Yeah.
Maybe throw a Gold Glove in there. Who knows?
Yeah.
And then Friday, that's 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Is going to be that OOTP stream on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments on Thursday. And then Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Going to be playing MLB The Show 18. Lots of Diamond Dynasty, lots of viewer games. Maybe we'll do that fantasy draft for our franchise team that we're going to be doing. Maybe we'll do a little recappy episode of Bullpen Banter and that too.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, actually. If I'm being honest.
That should be a heck of a lot of fun. So I'm excited for that. Jay, tell me what you're doing.
So I'm doing very, very similar things. So tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to say my last little goodbyes to MLB The Show 17. We're going to, keep our little spring training going. I jumped into it a bit last week. We're going to have to find a way to spend all of our stubs. I'm thinking massive pack openings of bronze and common cards.
Yeah, lots of commons. I got 15K and I have nothing to do with them.
I had 90 something K, but then I bought the Jackie Robinson for the silver tournament, and I just bought him outright. So that was like 53K.
Wait, are you telling that the 82?
Yeah.
Why is he so much?
Well, because no one's working the market anymore, so people are just putting whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, neither here nor there. Tuesday, 7:30 Eastern, I'm going to be doing some OTP 19 stuff. I have set up a tournament with the last 32 world champion teams who are going to play a single elimination March Madness style tournament. It took me a few times to get it set up just right, but I've got it now, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Had some people predicting on Twitter who they thought was going to win. A couple people said 95 Braves.
I agree with those people.
Obviously sucking up to a project that TJ's not even involved in, but neither here nor there. Then Thursday, OTP 19 launch day. I will be doing the nightcap starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be jumping into our Milwaukee Brewers current day franchise over at twitch.tv/OTP Developments. And then the Friday 7 a.m. Eastern time stream of MLB The Show 18's launch. So We're rolling Thursday night right into Friday morning with literally nothing but wall to wall all week baseball.
We're not going to play Fortnite?
There probably not going to be any Fortnite.
Weak AF, as the kids say.
Hey, and by the way, big ups to Duke Fan for the Twitch Prime sub.
Duke Fan JNB with Twitch Prime sub. You know what that gets him? Have you heard of the goodness that I'm doing now?
Does it have something to do with being a draft class prospect
Yes.
Out of the Park?
Yes, it does. In my Braves franchise, I'm going to be starting tomorrow night. Anybody that is a Twitch sub to this channel right here, twitch.tv/ThatSportsGamer, I will rename one of the top prospects in the draft class after you. Should be kind of cool. We'll track your progress. Maybe I'll draft you if I'm bad enough and you're good enough. Yeah, should be a whole heck of a lot of fun. What else? Also, Twitch subs here get access to my budget players and other goodie stuff. I got a doc in the Discord, which also has a special room just for Twitch subs. There's a doc in there that's going to have all the budget players that I recommend, team builds, and all sorts of good stuff over there on our Bullpen Banter Discord. Tell me about the Bullpen Banter Discord. Is it great? Does it have you know what, this message in the chat about the Bullpen Banter Discord, this has over 100 members. You know what, that's wrong, because it's actually over 130 now.
Nice.
We're out here crushing.
Nice.
Duke Fan subs. Did you see Duke Fan's message?
I did. He only subs to 2 people. Both of them are currently on the stream.
We appreciate that very much.
I do. Duke Fan is a wonderful individual, as is XI Cardinal.
True. Also true. XI Cardinal, thank you for the sub as well. You want to get into this, talking about some...
Yeah, we got a lot to catch up on. We didn't do Road to the Show stream.
Mostly
because we didn't really want to sit and talk for Road to the Show for 10 minutes.
Yeah. And we didn't
and
want
then
to
franchise happened.
Yeah. Another 10 minutes. So
yeah.
Let's hop into this. So Road to the Show, they're changing it up a little bit this year. I'm actually extremely excited for both Road to the Show and the franchise changes that they've done this year. I know a lot of the Twitterati very upset that not a bunch has changed, but I like the stuff they've done. I'm very excited, and I guess we should just hop in there and start talking about it. So the big change, there's 2 big changes. One, you're not going to be able to go in and be that big first-round prospect that you were able to in the past. Right now, you're going to get drafted either somewhere between like the 15th and 25th round, and you're not going to be able to make your guy like a 99 overall right off the bat. And also, training points completely gone. It's all going to be what you do on the field gets you bonuses to those actual attributes that you're using in your gameplay.
Right.
And one of the other big things is after Bowman Scout Day, but before the top showcase, you're going to pick an archetype. There's going to be 4 for outfielders, 6 for infielders, 3 for starting pitchers, 2 for relief pitchers. I've got them up on the screen now. So if you're listening via the podcast, we'll try to say everything that's on these pictures. But I highly recommend you watch the video version too.
Can you tell? Okay, so real quickly, when is it you have to select your archetype again? Because that's the part I haven't been able to figure out yet.
I believe it's after the Bowman Scout Day, but before the Topps Showcase, which is very confusing to me. I think the Bowman, if I'm not mistaken, the Bowman Scout Day is just when you do like batting practice,
right?
And some little fielding things. I think you do, but then the Topps Showcase is that set of 3 games. I believe it is.
Okay, cool. Okay, continue.
Okay, so archetypes. They showed a couple. These are screenshots from the IGN video that Ramon and Ryan McCaffrey did. A shout out to IGN for using this without telling them that. So you're no longer be able to build your guy up to 99 overall in everything. Like you're not going to be the 99 power, 99 contact, 99 speed, 99 fielding guy. You're going to have to pick and choose where you want to excel at. So some of the stuff we have here is the Wizard, which is going to be a very defensive oriented player. I only have the batting attributes in these screenshots, but here you can see their max cap for their career is only going to be 70 contact versus lefties and righties, 65 power versus lefties and righties, 70 batting clutch. But they're going to be able to have up to 99 bunting and drag bunting, and 70 plate vision and plate discipline. But I think also on these they have... you're going to have high speed, you're going to have high defensive fielding ratings. I think you can go to 99 in both. So as you can see, the strengths are hitting and fielding. And this is recommended for a second baseman or shortstop, or maybe a catcher. Maybe a center fielder. And the weakness is going to be power. Obviously, you can only get up to 65 power for these guys.
Yeah.
We have good hands, which is going to give you good fielding and contact, but you're not going to have a ton of speed. But you will be able to get up to 99 contact versus righties and lefties, 75 power versus righties and lefties, 70 batting clutch. Again, here the bunting is going to take the hit, or you can only get up to 45 bunting and drag bunting. You can get up to 95 plate vision, 65 plate discipline. So essentially, you're going to be making your guy. They also show in these pictures. They also show like archetypes of these players. So like for the Wizard, Ozzie Smith as a legend and Trey Turner as a current guy is kind of what you're looking to build your guy into. For good hands, it's a Steve Garvey, Corey Seager type player. Mr. Reliable is going to be a guy like a Cal Ripken or Dustin Pedroia. He's going to have arm and good contact, so he can get up to 99 contacts, 70 powers, 80 clutch, great plate vision, and good defense. And there's more. Field General is going to give you fielding and arm, but have a lack of speed. Power Corner is going to let you be a big bopper with 99 power, but only 75 contact. No bunting, and you're not going to have a lot of speed on these. Good for a corner outfielder, corner infielder. And then you can have bat first guys, which is power and arm, but not a lot of speed. Which actually offensively looks pretty nasty because he's got up to 80 contact, up to 99 power, 75 clutch, not a ton of bunting, 70 plate vision, and 75 plate discipline. But again, his defense is going to be low. I think his arm accuracy is low, but his arm strength is high. Yeah, those are the archetypes. There's more depending on what position you pick. I think it's a very interesting way to do it. I don't know how you felt about it when.
I think it's great. Like for me personally, like when I play Road to the Show or franchise mode for that matter, I try to make it like as real. Like I enjoy it a lot more when it's more real life. And I mean, in reality, there's not many players who have ever played baseball that would be 99s across the board that are just unbelievable at everything and hit 85 home runs and drive in 330 runs and
steal
like yeah, but
there were people that did that in Road to the Show, and that was their thing, and I don't agree with them, but they liked it, so I'm okay with them having fun with it.
And that's my thing, right? It's like if you didn't want to be an all 99s, you just didn't make your player an all 99s. Mm-hmm. Like my thing with this is while I think it's great and it adds a little bit more depth to the earlier part of the mode, where you have to pick your archetype and then, kind of make sure that you know where you want to go with your ratings and stuff. My thing is I don't understand why they would do it to limit what you can do in the mode. So that was, again, if I wanted to be, just a number one starting pitcher who still had faults and things like that, you just don't use your training points. You get your guy to where you're happy. You don't throw everything 102, and like that was the thing. That's my only thing is it seems weird to limit the people.
You could just slap singles and then put all the points into power, and then just start hitting home runs.
Yeah, like again, for me personally, I think it's great. It's it's going to fit right into what I like to do. I just don't know if it was a necessary thing, other than to say, hey, this is new and cool. And I mean, people really do seem to like it, and obviously that's what they're going for. So
yeah, and it gives a little more variation on what's going on in Road to the Show from the past. One thing is, if you can still import your guys from MLB 17 into 18. What's going to happen is the first interaction you're going to get is this kind of menu where it's going to ask you which archetypes you want to be. And if you already have stats that are over the max cap for the archetype, over time they're going to start to diminish to reach those new max caps that are set.
Yeah, I like that. I'm glad that they still were able to incorporate a way where you can still use your player.
Yeah. And they did tease a little bit that this isn't the final. These aren't the final caps for your guy. Because let's say you're a corner outfielder, and I guess the team maybe if you get traded or if you end up getting asked to switch positions, there will be opportunities for you to change what your archetype is. I don't know how that's going to work with new stuff going up and down. Like, will it be like when you import a character? Like, if you have if you're an archetype with 99 contact and you're at 99 contact, but you switch to something that's only a 70 contact, will you just automatically start going down to that 70 once you pick the new one? Or is there going to be some sort of like them working in tandem to make them better? They didn't really go into that. So that'll be something interesting to look at. And these attributes caps are only for the attributes. You can still go over these caps using the equipment that'll add points to your stuff.
Right.
So even if you have 99 power versus righties and power versus lefties, if you get a piece of equipment that has more than that, you can go all the way up to the. I believe they have for the Road to the Show guys. I think you can go up to the 125 caps in those specific categories that allow you to do that.
Mm-hmm. That's a good question too. Does this make equipment more valuable than it has been in the past?
I think it's going to be the same because I think people were using the equipment the same way in Road to the Show. I think the big stuff's still going to be expensive, the diamond, some of the gold stuff.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they're going to be very they're going to be giving out a lot of equipment more often. It feels like so. We'll see what that is. I know if you pre-order, I think you're guaranteed like a 1 gold piece in each category, something like that, or maybe I think you get silver in every category just by playing the game. But if you pre-order or if you're like someone coming back, I think you get all gold.
Yeah, I think you might see an uptick in early on. Before they start releasing the diamond sets that start coming out through Diamond Dynasty, when they start releasing like the Memorial Day and the Independence Day sets, I think you might see a little jump in the higher end equipment early in price. But I these sets hit and the amount of diamond equipment starts multiplying, I think you're going to see the price come down to kind of where it usually sits.
Yeah, there'll be ones that you're used to seeing that'll get out there where it's like +8 to contact, plus 8 to contact, +8 to power, and stuff like that. I'm sure those will be worth it. What else we got here? So this is your max cap. This shows your max cap. There's also going to be a current cap. So like your max cap may be 80, but at the point in your career, you're only able to get up to like 65 or so. And so the way that stuff is going to work, like we said, no more training points. Instead, you're going to have base gains that go by what you actually do in a game. So if you hit doubles, triples, and home runs, or use power swing, that's going to boost your power ratings, get those attributes. And if you use power swing and miss, it's going to hurt you. So it's all going to really depend on how you play in the actual games.
That I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that for me was the one thing that if you made me say what's the one thing I'd like to change about Road to the Show, make my improvements based on how I play.
Right.
Don't let me go out and go 3 for 4 with 3 singles and 3 stolen bases and then dump all those points into power versus righties. Like it just like there was kind of a disconnect there. I really, really like this way of doing it.
Yeah, it seemed I really liked as well. So and one of the catches with the current cap that I was mentioning, so if you're like 65, if your current cap is 65 and you're a 65, you can go out and hit 4 home runs and that's going to do nothing for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that's going to work is you have to go into these focused training sessions. I think they said there's going to be about 25 to 30 of them during the season that happen on off days. And they're going to allow you to either straight up increase an attribute real quick. I think in the screenshot there are you'll see ones where
there's a power drill.
Now, the ones in the screenshot there's none that just say like if you have 84 contact, it'll change, or if you have like 64 contact, make it 67 contact automatically. And then there's other ones like the ones in the screenshot that'll move the cap numbers up. So if you have a current cap of 65, it might move the cap up to 68. Then you still have to play and bring those attributes up to get to the new caps.
Yeah.
So that's cool. There's also going to be bonus events that'll pop up, like double XP. When those come up, your base gains will be twice what they normally are. By just playing the game, you'll get a normal baseline amount of gains. But if you simulate the games, you'll only get a half base gain. Like if you play the game and go 2 for 4, you'll get the gains for going 2 for 4. But if you go 2 for 4 in a game that you simulated, you'll only get half of that. I guess it's okay. They want you to actually play Road to the Show. They don't want you to just be simming game. It's gonna take you much longer to get to the pros if you're simming than actually playing the game.
True.
For batters, base gains are going to happen after every pitch. So if you take a pitch that's a ball, your plate vision is going to go up. If you take a pitch that is a strike, your plate vision is going to go down. I guess if you foul something off, your contact might go up, I guess. And for pitchers, it's going to happen after every at-bat, or every batter faced. They've added a new slowdown feature so that rocket ball, if you're playing on the infield and there's a ball hit really, really hard at you, you can actually make a play on it. I guess in the past, they had it set up where you couldn't actually field the ball because it would be coming at you too quick, which seems like that's probably something they should fix. So they did that. But if you're crazy, you can still turn that off, and you'll still have time. You'll still have no time to make that play if that's what you want. Are you a psychopath that wants to not make plays?
I don't see. To be honest, when I usually am a position player, eventually I turn the fielding off.
Yeah, most of the time I do too.
You know what? If I'm a hitter, there's only one thing I want to do, and that's mash the baseball.
They've also completely redone the infield and outfield cameras. Specifically on the infield, you'll always be able to see the base runners now. Unlike in the past where you might not be able to see where a guy's running just out of your what's the word? What's the P word? Peripheral vision.
Peripheral vision.
So that's pretty cool. That was pretty much it for Road to the Show. Seems cool. As someone that's looking to get back into the Road to the Show after a couple years off, I'm pretty interested. I kind of like the stuff that they're doing. So really going to take getting in there and playing with it to see how I really feel about it. But so far, all this stuff sounds cool. Yeah,
I feel like if you take in what they've done in the last 3 years with Road to the Show, if you have not played Road to the Show since 14 or 15, it's a vastly different mode now. More RPG based, more, hey, this is how you play well, you're going to get this. It's they've added like things like if you go back and look at when they put the showcase in, again, it's reality with Sony San Diego that when we get revamps in these modes, they're going to be spread over multiple years. I'm sure they would have wanted to include all of these updates that they've done in the last 3 years of Road to the Show in one update, but that's just not feasibly possible with the team that they have. Yeah. So they implement a little bit.
That's all games though, because even Madden, it's like, all right, we're rolling out the 3-year plan of CFM. So,
the thing is when you do it this way, you can say, okay, this is our 3-year plan. We're going to roll out these year one features. And then you can get feedback on those year one features, implement the year two features, and tweak the year one features to what the community wants. Then you implement your year two features. So then you get 2 years worth of feedback while you're implementing your year three. So hopefully over that span, a 3-year plan, as the buzzwords are always, 3-year plan. It's, you're getting feedback along the way. So, like, again, Road to the Show, I think, is in a really good place right now. My biggest issues with it, and it'll be interesting to see, is I've always been turned off by the longevity of the mode. Mm-hmm. Like, you get a couple years in, and it's the same thing every day. Once you get called up to the big leagues, it's just I don't see the hook. That's the part for me.
Mm-hmm. It's all about that build up to the pros, and then.
And that's the thing is
then it's just a grind. And you know what? That's real baseball. 162 games a season is no joke.
That's true.
But that's for me. That's also why Road to Glory in NCAA football is by far my favorite career mode, like a single player career mode in any sports game. Because you get in, you do your 4 years, and then you get out. And your story is done. I mean, you could bring it to Madden if you wanted to. Actually, I always brought my Road to Glory guy to Madden, and I would play like 1 or 2 seasons with him and never care again. But I loved going through the Brave stuff, the Road to Glory stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Is it's again with these archetypes and caps and stuff like that. It does seem like they're making it about the getting there and not necessarily about the staying there. And that's fine by me. Like, again, I'm usually a later in the year Road to the Show player. Like, once franchise has gotten a bit stale for me and I start to kind of rein myself back from franchise a little bit, I start dabbling in Road to the Show a bit more, because I really don't want to juggle Road to the Show, franchise, and Diamond Dynasty all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know, that's my thing, right? Is usually I'll play 2 or 3 seasons until I'm a, you know, superstar player, and then typically you lose interest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping with these new caps and having to work your current cap to build that up and stuff. Maybe it's going to take you longer to get into the pros. I could see that being a thing. Yeah, hopefully this looks like it's trying to extend that part, because I think they know that people just kind of rush through that just to get to the majors. So
yeah.
Then they also showed off an Albert Bell card, which I forgot to take the screenshot of. I think it crushed lefties. Yeah,
it was basically, think of the best Nelson Cruz card you can think of. It was that.
Nelson Cruz. I'll go with that. Then the franchise stream that took place last week. We can jump into that. The new thing. What I wanted to mention about Road to the Show before I forget. As we're talking about the 3-year period. So I haven't played Road to Show really since MLB 15, maybe 16 a little bit. So a bunch of that stuff, like they added those little inner cutscenes and stuff. I dabbled in those for like a second last year. But now with all this new stuff, plus all those cutscenes they added last year, this is going to feel like a whole new mode to me. So I'm actually really excited for all this stuff.
Yeah.
Mouse mentioned that getting called up by the All-Star game in the first season is stuff that happened. Yeah, I think I want to say I played in like the Futures game, and then I got called up before the Futures game like 2 years ago. Nice. So my minor league career was very, very short. Then I will never forget, I was traded. I forget what team I was on. I got traded to the Reds. No, I was on the Reds. Got traded, pitched 1 game, got traded again. Good times.
Nice.
Good times.
Nice.
I was traded for like 7 players in like 2 days.
The most enjoyment I ever had of the Road to the Show was probably in like 12 or 13. When I worked away, and we used to share a PS3 between 3 of us, and we literally used to split up the time in like 1-hour blocks, and everybody got to play for an hour and to see who could get to the big leagues first. Like,
that's like our idea of both doing the Brave and then see who can make the World Series first.
Yeah, well, I have to feel like the next evolution of Road to the Show somehow is going to have to incorporate some sort of online something. Like, I don't really know where you can go with Road to the Show now other than taking it online somehow.
Well, they have the leaderboards, right? That just give you like a rating.
Yeah.
Is that an MLB, or am I just making that up from Madden?
No, I think they have a leaderboard.
I think they have Road to the Show. Should probably look.
I believe they do.
I do. I'm surprised. I actually do have 2 careers in MLB going. One, I believe, is my Tim Tebow career that I made.
Nice.
Oh god, I would have no idea where to. Yeah, so like all these new menus and stuff, I've never really seen them. So there's a social media feed that's back. Apparently, my phone needs to be charged.
Oh, okay.
In that mode. Yeah, I think there's leaderboards somewhere out there, so you can compare yourself. But yeah, I know we definitely want something where you can kind of play with each other like a pro clubs mode in FIFA. I still just don't understand how that's going to be fun. Because that means that people are just standing around the outfield.
I also was kind of hoping that the next evolution of the RPG elements that they put in was going to be something kind of like they did in NBA 2K, where they had like your rival player.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they kind of like imagine if you're in a scenario where
Brian Ma, he's always the guy that crushes me in the minor leagues for some reason.
Yeah, so like imagine if you're in a scenario like where, and again, I know people hate any sort of linearity to anything, but imagine you're in a scenario, you're a starting pitcher, you're in the showcase, and this guy takes you deep and like pimps it on the way to first base, and like that's kind of how like it starts, right? You end up getting drafted by a team, he gets drafted by a rival team in the same league. Like that would be like, if you started adding story elements in, like, I feel like that would be kind of a good direction. Like again, I just don't know now with Road to the Show where it goes for 19. I really don't.
Yeah. Or you get drafted onto the same team, and you guys fight. When you get thrown off the team, then you have to go get picked up somewhere else. You have to beat them in the World Series. Think about it.
Right.
Or we can get Hatsuniga. We can make a movie out of this.
There you go. Movie hype.
Movie hype.
So yeah, that's Road to the Show in 30 minutes, basically.
That's what it took? Yeah, about. We'll probably get through franchise faster than that, because I watched some of the franchise. I went to rewatch the franchise stream after I watched it last week. I got through like 35 minutes, and I'm like, all right, I know what we need to talk about. We'll skip straight to the Trevor Hoffman. It might be Azakarts.
The franchise stream for me was the whole day, the 24 hours on either side of that stream was like a roller coaster for me.
All right.
Because the blog post came out
with everything that you knew in franchise.
Yeah, and I wanted to injure myself because like I had hope. I really did have hope. And I think a lot of people had hope that some of the things that the community had suggested would make it into the game. Mm-hmm. And the blog post came out, and it took every else that you could ever imagine, because I said, great, we're getting a fresh coat of paint. And the immediate thing that popped in my head is, you can polish a turd, but it's still a turd.
All right.
And then I kind of came around a little bit, because MLB The Show 17's franchise mode is not a turd. It's not the best franchise mode available. It's not the worst franchise mode available. It's settled nicely in the middle there, and it's got some, good things and some bad things. And then I got to the point where I started thinking of it in the Road to the Show scheme, where it was like, well, maybe this is the groundwork before the next step. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the things that we're going to talk about in reviewing this are what I feel are groundwork features to help revamp this mode for 19.
All right. I agree for the most part. Again, I haven't played franchise in probably 2 or 3 years. So all the stuff they did last year, plus all this stuff, has me kind of excited. So let's just hop into it. The whole new thing is they've revamped their whole menu system. Going through, now we're going to have this thing called phases. It's kind of just like an overlay type thing. You can still go in, play everything day by day like you normally do. But now the season's going to be broken up into 19 phases. Each one's going to give you a to-do list like you see here, so you can play your next game, go to free agency, talk about trades, or just sim to the regular season if you're in the off-season. And just gives you like a list of things that needs to be done during that period. And I think it really streamlines the process, because sometimes you can get lost in menus of franchise modes. And I listen to a lot of tech podcasts, and when they talk about Microsoft Office, they always say that the top 10 most requested features in Microsoft Office are always things that are always in Microsoft Office already, but nobody knows how to get to them.
Yeah.
So it seems like this revamp with all these phases and stuff, this is to bring up the stuff that you kind of knew you needed to do. Maybe you could never actually find it, or maybe while looking for it, you would forget what you need to go do.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really excited that they're going to redo it, like they're redoing it like this to try to keep you in the right headspace. Like maybe you forget, I should probably go scout guys now because we're getting close to the draft. But now you're going to have a thing right when you get in, that first screen is going to say, hey, you should go scout guys.
Yeah, I feel like on one hand, it's like a franchise mode for noobs guide. Like, hey, this is the 19 phases of your season. Like, and a lot of people took it like, okay, well, great, they're dumbing down franchise, like, for the new people. But you know what? I can tell you, having played a ton of MLB The Show's franchise the last, 5 years, there are things you're going to miss. Mm-hmm. If you're not,
stuff you're always going to forget. Yeah.
Yes, it's again. This is, one of the biggest complaints about Madden franchise for years was that it wasn't apparent what you should be doing at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they revamped it it was several years ago now, but that every week you have your menu system right on the main page. And it says, okay, here's your scouting. Here's your training. Here's your practice. Here's your game. Oh, you got a media question. Oh, this guy, here's your re-signings. Like everything was right there. You had weekly tasks. This is that. This is saying, okay, you're in this phase of the season. Here's the things that are important right now. It's not blocking you from going and doing other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can still navigate in through all the tabs just like you could before and go do this and go do that and do whatever you want. But this is taking the most pertinent information and putting it in your face and saying, here's what you need to be focusing on right now.
And they give you a little tooltips of the stuff that I always forget. Like literally every time I'm doing an out of the park stream and we get to the Rule 5 draft, I'm like, what's the rule again? If I pick them up, they have to be on the 25-man or they have to be on the 40-man all year? The answer is it's 25-man. And when you get to the Rule 5 draft in MLB The Show, it's going to say, if you pick this guy, you have to keep them on your 25-man all year. So it's that little stuff that even, we play and love baseball way too much. And there's still stuff that slips through the gaps. Like, if you give a guy a qualifying offer, when do you get that pick? Where are these compensation rounds? They're in the game now.
Yeah.
It's all that kind of stuff. So on the screen, you can see the free agents and the projected free agents for the next year. Here's the trade talk screen. So they redid the trade talk screen to show you your rankings by position. In the past, it used to be the rankings through the whole organization. So if you had a superstar right fielder and then nobody behind him, you were going to have a bad ranking in that position. But now, if you have like the number 1 right fielder and then crap behind him, you will still have a high rating because it's only going to be looking at your major league starting guys.
Yeah, which is very, I think, a change for the better.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah, I want to see what I need to upgrade right now.
Yeah. It also tells the trade logic has also been revamped. Apparently, the CPU is trading injured players, ones on the waiver wire, as well as players without contracts. And the trade finder has also been optimized to run faster. What else we got here? Regular season phase. Now you're going to see the head-to-head matchups on the main screen in your window with the actual players standing there. You can see their stats. And I think you can right stick over to see your AAA and AA games. The big hot news that everybody was looking forward to. Retro mode has been added to franchise. I might actually play there. You need to play one game of retro mode for your platinum trophy. So I think I will do that.
Then I will play a grand total of one game.
Yeah. We got new sponsorships, including Stance socks and Varo bat weights. I have a Varo bat weight in my Amazon wish list. I can order that soon. Need to start swinging the bat because 35 and over men's league. I'm 35 next year, so got to get ready for that.
Nice.
What else we got here? Here's a Stance sock image. If you'd like to see the Liberty Bell on a man's lower leg.
There you
go. Mike Trout, 95 overall. Ratings are not yet final. What else we got? Competitive balance picks. So after round 1, after round 2. I forget when the other one is. I think it's after round 3. They also fixed an issue with not enough players being in the draft. You can see the all-star voting screen. And all these main screens that they show, you can just hit X, I believe. Is it X? Or no, you hit something. And you can just go straight to it. You can see all the all-star voting. See all the games being played that day. You can see all your depth charts and everything.
Yeah.
Supposedly they fixed retirement stuff. Guys were retiring too early. You might have like a B prospect that's 24 years old that would retire because of poor free agent market.
Yeah, that was a big problem.
So that's good. Hopefully that's really fixed. Got here. Now they're gonna have cool little animated signing and trade screens with the recaps on it. Here you can see Bryce Harper signed with the Mariners for 7 years, $183.1 million. And they also have this. They have the same screen for trades too, which is kind of cool.
Mariners fans during the stream were going absolutely ballistic in the chat.
Hey man, they could They could use a right fielder, right?
There's not Bryce Harper's not going to Seattle.
You never know, man. He might love Nintendo.
Yeah, but Nintendo doesn't have anything to do
What
with the team anymore.
if Harper Bros is the next game?
Yeah, but Nintendo sold their stock in the Mariners. They're out of it now.
Doesn't that one guy still run it or something?
No, I think they're out of it altogether.
Yeah. But I mean, that was really the big stuff. A bunch of streamlining and stuff to make it easier. They fixed a bunch of bugs that they found. I kind of stopped after this stuff just because I had heard all the stuff. There was more bug fixes that I could mention, but I didn't take the time to go write all this down. Yeah, well, and
that's kind of like I said. I mean, when the stream was immediately over, I was extremely underwhelmed. I was just like, ugh.
What? But whoa! There were still two more important parts of the stream.
That's true. There were two very more important parts of the stream.
We got to see an 89 overall Trevor Hoffman with the sick nasty circle change.
Yeah.
Circle change, 4-seam cut, slider curve, 107 hits per 9, 115 Ks per 9, 101 clutch. It was pretty nasty. About a 20-mile-per-hour difference between his circle change and his 4-seam fastball.
Yeah, that circle change is going to be absolutely filthy.
I just hope it's not too slow. Again, that's always my worry when they have guys with like crazy breaks now.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming that's a career arc. They didn't say if this was going to be his best card, but I'm assuming that's going to be like a career arc card for him. And they showed off Immortal Mike Piazza. 114 contact versus righties, 125 contact versus lefties, 125 power versus lefties, 116 clutch, and a measly 93 power versus righties.
I mean,
measly.
The debate immediately was, is Piazza worthy of having probably the best catcher card in the game? I think the answer to that, in my opinion, is an absolutely resounding yes.
I would agree. He's pretty good. He has the most home runs for a catcher, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably.
Rookie of the year. Did he win MVP ever? Marlins legend.
I don't think he ever won MVP though.
Like he should have. He hit that home run after September 11th.
Rookie of the year, 12-time All-Star, 10-time Silver Slugger. Inducted with 83% of the vote on his fourth ballot.
My God, I forgot he played for the Padres.
Yeah, I mean, he probably forgot that he played in Oakland as well. You know, I mean, like again,
didn't Frank Thomas go out and randomly play in Oakland?
Yeah, Frank Thomas ended in Oakland, I think. I think didn't the Jays trade him to Oakland?
I can tell you. I can tell you in a second.
Pretty sure the Jays traded him to Oakland for some sweet nothing.
What if I told you it was somebody really, really good?
I would say you're probably not correct.
No, he did not. He was signed as a free agent by...
A free agent. Yeah, there you go.
Signed as a free.
Oh, that's right. The Jays released him in like April.
Yep. April
like
20th.
After the season started.
420. What?
Because he didn't want to be there anymore. Yeah.
You know,
after he hit his 500th home run as a Blue Jay.
Who would want to be in Toronto?
Everybody.
I would like to go to the Rogers Center and stay in the hotel.
I feel like I'm avoiding saying anything because you know what? I just don't want to. I don't want to acknowledge that that Coop is in the chat.
All right, you can read it.
Hi, Coop.
Hi, Coop.
He's only here for the Piazza. He's hoping that one of us say something inflammatory about Mike Piazza.
I think he was thinking that after 45 minutes we would have more to say about Road to the Show and franchise, but.
Well, I mean, like I said, I have plenty to say about franchise. That's not a problem.
I mean, I really don't have anything more to say about franchise. So if you have more, please tell me.
Well, my thing is here's the thing: is immediately after the stream was over, I was not pleased because franchise is still my mode that I play the most. It's the mode I enjoy the most, and while I love playing Diamond Dynasty, you know, it's just there's that franchise side of me that I can always turn to Out of the Park Baseball to scratch that itch if I have to. which I will many, many times. But again, it's that same philosophy that SDS has of doing things in multi-year cycles. If you were going to make massive improvements to how franchise mode functions, you know, whether it be owner mode, GM stuff, more front office things, if you were going to do that, you're going to do two things first. You're going to fix legacy issues that you have had with your mode for many years, and you're going to try to set the mode up so that it is user-friendly and streamlined before you go and add a bunch of extra stuff into it.
Did people really like owner mode? Because I feel like all we do is just joke about setting the hot dog prices.
I mean, like, for me, the only reason I really enjoy Madden franchise mode is because I can move a crappy team to another city, or any team to another city, and make it my own and put my own spin on it. And while in Madden, I can't pick the uniforms and I'm limited to 3 names and 3 logo choices, like, it gives me that option. Is everybody going to pick the favorite baseball team and move them? No. But you give me a franchise mode where I could take the Tampa Bay Rays and move them to Montreal and name them, not the Expos probably, but name them something else, I'm all over that. Like, I would be all in. So to me, while a lot of people are really upset, like, to me, it seems like a building year, fixing how the AI handles trades, fixing how the AI handles their roster. Do I think franchise mode will be around in any capacity in 5 years, which is a good question? I think it will.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. They're not just going to cut it loose like online franchise.
I feel like Diamond Dynasty is the money they make from Diamond Dynasty will never be enough to make the game self-sufficient on Diamond Dynasty. They will still need the people who pick it up to play Road to the Show and the people who pick it up to play franchise mode to make it viable. While Diamond Dynasty is and will continue to be the mode that makes their money, they're not going to bank the game on that one mode. It's never going to happen.
Let me ask you a question. Let me follow up on that. In the next 5 years, do you think we'll see, create a stadium and expansion and all that stuff? Expansion, relocation, all those things?
I don't think we'll ever see a create a stadium. I really don't. People are on this create a stadium train. They've been on the creative stadium train for a long time. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
I agree.
They are on the record as saying that the most they can do in a development cycle is 6 to 8 stadiums for how long they take. Right. I had the great idea. Take 5, 7, 10, however many of the minor league stadiums that they've created and make major league versions of them, which all you have to do, like, imagine if you could take Center City Field and just add seating. Take Red Rocks Field, add seating. They redid all the backgrounds this year.
I'm sure it's a lot more work to actually put in the seats and put on the crowd stuff and everything. But
take that work that you've done to build those stadiums and then just make major league variants of them. That would satisfy the people who are looking for create a stadium. Online franchise play numbers are going to be really low. They're probably rock bottom low.
Yeah. I don't remember if we said it on the stream, but yeah, online franchise was like a double-edged sword. Like, people weren't playing it because they weren't improving it, and they weren't improving it because people weren't playing it.
People weren't playing it, and again, in the name of server stability, like, I'm not an online franchise guy, so I don't want to sit here and say I'm glad they cut it. But if that's what had to be done to preserve server integrity, like, put yourself in their shoes. You have this mode, and it's not going to work right because of how you recoded your servers, and you know that. Do you put it in there and weather the storm, or do you take it out and then you work at rebuilding it for the next cycle around?
Especially when you're going to build in a 6-on-6 team-up mode, right?
Oh my! Listen, there's nothing I do not want to talk about Cody Bellinger and his Wolverine hands, because that was by far stupidest section of comments that I have ever read in my life. That was just awful. But I mean, the thing is, again, with RTTS and franchise, again, RTTS got some nice improvements. Franchise got some good tweaks and some good fixes to some issues that have been around. Ultimately, it's stay the course. You could be as upset as you want about the franchise, but you know what? They still make a heck of a franchise mode. It's, you know, again, with the stuff they added last year, the quick manage, the critical situations, you know, tweaking the trade AI a little bit this year, making things a little bit more presentable with phases and stuff. They still make one heck of a franchise mode. Like, it's, you know, it's there. Yeah, but if EA could make a stadium creator, you're talking a different life away.
Yeah, but also I think
of all the things
read the question so that the people listening at home.
So someone said if EA could do a stadium creator in the MVP series, Sony San Diego should be able to. The first things first, go back and name all the things that are missing from MVP Baseball's franchise mode. That
or just PS2 franchise modes.
Yeah. Again, you're talking two different eras of gaming.
And what was it? MLB 2K on the PS3, maybe on the PS2, had where you could go online and set your online franchise rosters and everything. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think the reason that stuff was in there and that we don't see it now is because the games have become so much more advanced. And like just building a stadium in MLB The Show, I'm sure is way more advanced than trying to build a stadium in MVP. Like
if you're
with building in the crowds and building in how the crowds react and all that stuff, I'm sure all that's way more work than ever was in this PS2 game.
If your defense to why they should have stadium creator in MLB The Show 18 is because they had it in MVP 05, you don't understand the conversation.
Why doesn't Madden have first-person view? Like, NFL
MVP, first of all, did not have a card collecting mode that took resources away from the development of the game. MVP literally had franchise mode.
I'm going to guess that MVP 2005 might have had a bigger development team than Joe has now.
I would say, again, it's like apples and oranges. That's what it always comes down to, right? It's very,
but even all the sports games lost stuff as we've moved from generation to generation. Like, look at what happened. Look at what's happened to like NHL since like PS2. NHL is like a husk of what it used to be. Yeah,
and I mean, to me, don't at me. NHL has one of the best franchise modes available right now.
Does it? Does it have loading screen problems? Because that was always my big problem.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. In terms of content, NHL has one of the best franchise modes available now. The loading times and stuff.
They do have mustache stuff in mustache cards in Ultimate Team, right?
In HUT. But like NHL's franchise mode with its expansion and all of that, they have one of the most well-rounded content franchise modes available right now.
I stopped playing after like 2012 or 13 when it was literally just loading central.
Well, and that's the problem. NHL is absolutely hampered by loading times. But I mean, the fact that they have an expansion mode where you can literally immediately start and create a team from scratch and do an entire franchise or an expansion draft, like no other sports game has. I think NBA 2K has something kind of like it. I don't play NBA 2K, so I'm not, someone to look to for guidance.
I do wish they would move the logo creator and everything into franchise mode. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Especially even if you could just do like minor leagues and stuff. Like I think it was last year or the year before, there was like 12 new minor league team names and logos and everything. Because I think like all the minor league teams are trying to get away from being named after their parent team. Because of the way like they change like from team, they'll change team to team every couple years. So I think they're all trying to build like their own individual
Yeah.
looks and feels and everything, rather than just being the Braves top to bottom through all of baseball.
Yeah.
Now they're the Gwinnett Spinners and Florida Fire Frogs. I think Double A is still the Braves though, but they're all trying to get away from that now.
But ultimately, like my hope is that, you know, the SDS team still have vision for franchise mode that they want to implement. I don't think they're done fleshing out franchise mode. I just think what it comes down to is they're a business. You only have so many resources that you can allocate, and you have to allocate your resources based on what is the most profitable. And people hate to hear that, but it's true.
ROI, baby. All about that ROI.
So, yeah. So the thing is, the investment that they put into franchise, sure, it might sell an extra 100 copies of the game, but you include Mike Piazza as a 99 legend in, you know, Diamond Dynasty, and the amount of money that people are going to spend to try to rip packs and get stubs and do all the things they need to do to get Mike Piazza is far going to outweigh the people who are going to pick it up to play a better franchise mode. That's life, and that's business. And I understand that, and you understand that. And unfortunately, for the last 4 or 5 days, there's a lot of people who don't understand that. And like the gamer inside of me, like, I know it sucks. I really want to have a super cool franchise mode that does all the things I wanted to do. But ultimately, they only have so many resources that they can allocate to this game. And if they had unlimited resources, I'm sure we would get everything we want.
Well, I don't know. Still, you only get 9 months to develop the game.
True.
It takes more than that. There's it's the triangle. Do you want it? You want it good? Do you want it fast, or do you want it cheap? You can have two.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Straight up shots fired at RBI Baseball, right? Putting retro mode into franchise. Now that RBI Baseball's big thing was they're gonna have a 10-year franchise in the game.
I think, isn't it hard to take shots at a game that's being developed by the people that you need the license for your game?
Possibly. We still haven't even. Speaking of taking shots, that is something RBI Baseball hasn't done. We have not seen a screenshot in about 2 months. I don't think of the game.
RBI Baseball has shown absolutely nothing for their game, and it comes out like next week.
Right? I think it comes out.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it comes out the same day as MLB The Show, like the actual release, like not the pre-release on Friday. I think it comes out on the Tuesday. I'm excited for RBI Baseball for the sole fact that it's going to be the only baseball game on the Switch. So, I mean, I could pick it up and take it with me. I fully expect it to be absolute horrible trash. And probably the 4th best baseball game available this year. That's being generous. If anyone else puts out a baseball game, it may be better than RBI Baseball. But the Switch factor, interests me a little bit. Mostly because I have a Switch.
Trying to count MLB out of the park. Super Mega Baseball.
Super Mega Baseball.
They're not doing no Mario Baseball?
Not that I've seen yet.
Damn. Maybe I'll check if there's an update to my Pro Baseball Spirits on the Japanese Google Play Store.
Well, there you go. But yeah, I feel, again, the RBI thing, I'm excited to try it because it's on the Switch. My expectations are absolute rock bottom. The fact that they haven't said a single thing about this game other than a few screenshots, concerning. You know, I mean, Super Mega Baseball is getting a little concerning too. I think they're going into doing some beta next week, I think, for Xbox.
Yeah, it's going to be an online beta for Xbox.
Yeah. So check that out. I think if you go to their, it's just at
SupMeg
Baseball.
SupMeg Baseball on Twitter.
Yeah, so go check it out. They are looking for people to sign up for their Xbox.
I'm waiting to hear back if you need Xbox Live Gold to do it. Because if you don't, try to get into it.
Yeah, I don't think
Don't feel like spending $50 to try the beta. I still have not bought Xbox Live Gold in like 2 years now. I'm very excited.
Well, all that matters, really, to be honest, is if you want to play a baseball game, you'll be able to play one in about 10.5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, #ad.
#ad out of the park's out. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can go to
OTP,
ThatSportsGamer.com/OOTP19 and use promo code TSG19. Save an extra 10% off.
Ooh, even dropping the promo code.
Hashtag ad. For the
Wow,
FCC
dropping
good.
the promo code and everything. We've got a good week. We've got a good week of stuff lined up.
So much. Should we go over the schedule one more time, just to?
I mean, well, you know what? What a lot of people don't know, and I have not spilled the beans, but I mean, it's not just TJ and I. TJ and I are excited for OTP this week, but we have an all-star cast of content creators lined up.
I can't think of anybody
who are going to be. I mean, I could think of all kinds. I got one who just emailed me 5 minutes ago asking how they can get in.
Ugh.
A friend, someone who is like OTP. We're gonna have a lot of fun this week. It's gonna be a good time. You're streaming it tomorrow, right?
Yep. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be starting my Braves franchise, aka Acuna Matata. Gonna be great. I'm pumped. That team looks legit in spring training. I think Acuna is like 17 for 37, literally tearing the cover off the ball. I believe he's number 2 in batting in the Arizona Fall League, which means literally nothing. But I'm excited. Also, do you know what else I'm excited for tomorrow?
What's that?
Well, first off, let me tell you. So, my Anchor earbuds that I sent back to get replaced? Guess what I got today in the mail?
Earbuds.
No, I somehow, listen to this one, because you're going to lose your mind. Also, that thing I ordered from you on Amazon, let's hope this doesn't happen to you. I got 3 packs of a probiotic because this company does all their stuff through Amazon and apparently doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So if anybody needs Schiff digestive something, I have 3 boxes of it because they sent me that for some reason instead of my earbuds.
Nice.
But I'll be getting my new laptop tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Your new laptop's coming tomorrow. That's right.
Let's see if I can get it set up so that we can stream from it tomorrow, because that'd be legit. If not, I'll stream it from my computer. It's fine. Again, Acuna Matata, Braves franchise, starting tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern time for 2 hours. Also, if you're super dope deaf and even outrageous enough to sub to the channel, when the draft class comes out, I will add you in as one of the top prospects. So that should be a lot of fun. Nothing Tuesday. I'm letting you have Tuesday all to yourself. I'm gonna have a nice, beautiful breakfast with my wife for our anniversary. Take a trip down to Wakanda at the Palisades Mall Theater. If anybody wants to go, come holler at me there. I believe it's 11:30 or 12 o'clock show, and we're gonna be going in. I'm gonna spend that anniversary day with her. Wednesday, we have the Bullpen Banter Fantasy Draft, which, again, remind me after this to put the link in the Discord to the 2 people that wanted to try to get into that. I think we have like 18 teams. It's going to be ridiculous. I saw Coop drafted Shohei Ohtani today as the pitcher.
Nice.
So I found out the way it's going to work in ESPN is it's going to be, he's a pitcher/DH, and you can put him in at either, but you only get the stats for that position. So if he's a pitcher and hits 2 home runs and you have him as a pitcher, you only get the pitching stats. You do not get those home runs. I don't love it.
Interesting.
Thursday, the full launch of Out of the Park Baseball 19. I'll be starting my Angels franchise using said Shohei Ohtani, but that's going to be over on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments, 11 to 3, a nice solid 4-hour block for you. And then Friday, all MLB, all the day, 10 to 4. In the daytime, Time of Dynasty, viewer games, all that good stuff. And then 10 to 1 at night. We're doing a fantasy draft with an American League team that's hitting centric. I don't know what team I'm going to be, but we have to.
Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays. Hey, TJ's being the Blue Jays. Let's go.
They kind of got a trash stadium. So let's. Nice. Wasn't somebody just trashing their stadium? I forget who it was. I feel like some high important person was trashing the Blue Jay Stadium.
Probably.
I don't remember who. Rangers are a possibility. I had it narrowed down to 3, and I don't remember who those 3 were.
Oh, somebody who tagged the Out of the Park Baseball Twitter, you mean?
Oh, yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe they were just trashing the stadium there. Maybe that's what I was thinking about.
Well, they didn't spell Rogers Center properly, and I had to resist correcting their grammar in a tweet. I was so close.
I narrowed it down to 3 teams, 1 from each division, and I can't for the life of me think of what they are, except for the Rangers or the Central one.
Nice.
What teams are in the East? Maybe it was the Orioles in the East, because I love orange so much.
Orioles, Red Sox, Yankees, Rays, and Blue Jays.
I think my choice was the Orioles. I don't remember what it was. Or from the West is the Rangers. I don't know.
Okay.
SnaggleJ, tell him what you're doing.
So I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, twitch.tv/SnaggleJ. Last MLB The Show 17 stream of the year, as we liquidate all of our stubs and, play some BR games, just mess around, all that good stuff. And then Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be jumping into 19 for the first time. I have a 32-team tournament set up with the last 31 world champions and the 1994 Montreal Expos to determine who is the best team in the last 32 years. TJ's pulling for the 95 Braves. I know he is.
Obviously.
And then after TJ's day stream on Thursday, I'm going to be handling the nightcap at twitch.tv/OTP Developments. Come on by. We're going to be starting up our Milwaukee Brewers 2018 franchise, diving into that. It's going to be a heck of a time. I'm really looking forward to it. If you guys missed it, head over to twitch.tv/OTP Developments. Check out our VODs and our highlights from last week. TJ and I both revealed our teams on our last OTP 18 stream, so really look forward to that. And then right into Friday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern time, MLB The Show 18, launch day stream, packs, and more packs, maybe. I might just buy packs for days.
Speaking of packs, we will be at PAX also.
Speaking of packs, what a great segue. Thank you, Snaggle. I appreciate that. Excellent segue.
I have a very personal question for you before we get into that.
What's that?
When you buy a new hat, you rip them stickers off, right?
Oh, yes. So, funny story. Most of you probably don't know this. But in a previous life, so from 2009 to 2012, I was actually a district manager for Lids.
What?
The hat franchise.
I didn't even know this until like a couple days ago.
So I started there when the economy went wild and I lost my job at West. I came home and I got a job as a store manager at Lids in Fredericton, New Brunswick. And
not New Brunswick, New Jersey. New Brunswick County.
No, not New Brunswick, New Jersey. No.
Man, we'd be hanging out all the time if you were in New Brunswick, New Jersey.
I know. Right behind the cash is where we have so all of the authentic MLBs go in one section, right?
Of course.
And then next to that are what they call the fashion, which is like the black and whites and the white and whites. And like, not even kidding, for like the first 3 months that I worked there, every single time somebody would buy an authentic MLB hat, I would just take the stickers off.
Just for
and like throw them in. And yeah,
wait,
just take
let me
it
ask
off,
you a question. Were you the guy that's like, yo, check out this waterproof stuff we got for your hats? Just an extra $4.99, or I'll sell you this bottle for $15.55.
I mean, listen,
you were.
You know what?
You were a corporate shill. You're one of those guys. You want me to save? You want me to get a Power Up Rewards card, don't you? I understand.
I wasn't much into the spray, but
let me tell you, that waterproof spray.
Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. My first year in the store, we were the best embroidery store in the country. In my first year,
it's a small country though.
I mean, we had 65 stores.
Damn.
So that's not nothing.
I'm a big fan of that waterproof stuff. It actually works.
So
it's weird.
Like 3 months in, I had this like 8-year-old kid, and he bought I believe it was a Dodgers hat, and like I scanned it, and then I just started ripping the stickers off, and the little kid like swelled up like he was gonna cry, because he wanted the big gold, the big gold New Era sticker left on the peak. And it was like the last hat. He's like a 7 1/8 or something is the last one. And the kid was like, I don't want it anymore because you took the stickers off. And at that moment, I knew there was no hope for millennials ever.
Well, if you have any 7 5/8 and you're going to be at PAX East coming up in a couple of weeks here, please bring them and give them to me.
Well, you know,
as long as they're new or very, very clean, because
I'm looking to my left. And I'm
looking to my right, and I just see this developer from MLB The Show. It's very creepy.
Nice. I mean, that happens. I'm looking, and all I see is a big stack of probably 18 New Era fitteds, all 7 1/2 or 7 5/8.
Well, that's good. Because I'm going to be doing that thing on my Instagram, 30 hats in 30 days for April.
Nice. I'm gonna do that with you.
I've been going through trying to figure out what tats I'm gonna do. I think I've narrowed it down to about 25 so far.
Nice.
All fitted, because there's one non-fitted. I lied. There's one non-fitted.
You're taking all the pictures in advance too, aren't you? And having them all scheduled.
No. I will have a elaborate document
Yes, you are.
with
Yes,
links
you
and
are.
everything.
Yes, you are.
My one non-fitted hat is going to be my Garth Brooks World Tour hat. Of everything else, I think is going to be fitted. No questions asked.
I don't wear anything. Like I have like an oddly shaped hat. Fitteds is the only way I can go. Real quick, top of your head, favorite fitted hat that you've ever owned?
Favorite fitted hat that I have ever owned? They're tough one because I don't even know where this hat is. It might be in my attic somewhere. I have OG Orioles hat, orange in the back panels. The front panels are white, bird head. Remember like the early 80s bird head?
Yeah.
Like that. I think that was one of my favorites.
Nice.
I did have a snapback that I liked. Let me tell you two non-fitteds that I did love. I gotta see if I have it somewhere. It's like an Astros trucker hat with the old school logo, blue, white panels on front, blue mesh in the back.
Love
it.
Legit.
It's pretty legit.
Yeah.
And then tell you a sad story. I had a Phillies. What was it? It was a Phillies visor, and it was super legit. When I went to the mall, bought a dope A's fitted. I believe it was yellow brim, green hat, white logo.
Right.
Went to the movies, put the Phillies visor back in the bag, wore the A's hat, left the bag in the movies.
No.
That Phillies visor was so legit. I should probably look and see if I have some pictures. Bob Hazelwood brings up the All Rise edition of MLB. I would have bought the All Rise edition and the Griffey Legend edition last year if those hats were fitted.
Yeah.
Not a question. No questions asked. I would have bought physical if those hats were fitted. But I understand, there's a whole group of people of all different hat sizes.
Yes.
So snapback is a safe play. I don't agree with it. All fitted all day.
Yeah. I would have bought the Griffey. I don't care if the All Rise edition hat was like a gold plated fitted hat. Not a chance in hell you're getting me to buy a Yankees anything.
Now, for those playing at home,
no way, no how.
For those playing at home, there is a hat very similar to the Griffey that they had last year that's fitted out there somewhere. I think it was like special for maybe like when Griffey came back to the Mariners at the end of his career. They put out something very similar to that hat with the MLB logo, but as Griffey with the backwards hat. I almost bought it. Very excited.
Oh man, I got one on eBay right here, $35. Let's go.
Wait,
it had a special. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat.
Thank you.
It had a special Griffey retirement logo on the side.
Was it red, white, and blue?
No, it's Mariners colors.
This is what I was looking at.
Yeah. It's got that special patch on the side for Griffey's retirement.
They do not
number retirement.
And you sent me to weird Canadian eBay. Who even knows what's going on there?
What do you think comes up, man? When it comes up when I go to eBay.
Yeah, it's a dope hat. I'd rock that hat.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, for me, my two favorite hats that I own a Durham Bulls hat, but not like the old school D, like the newer one they have with like the bull with like the smoke coming out of his nose.
I do want to get an old school Durham Bulls hat. Straight out of the movie.
I was still working at Lids when they got the MILB license, and I remember the day that they uploaded the first 160 onto the website, and I ordered like 8.
Nice. Well played, sir.
And then my other favorite hat is I don't have it anymore, but I had a Baseball Canada hat from the 2008 World Baseball Classic.
Is that even a thing? Double check.
No, it was like the World Cup or something then, wasn't it?
The World Cup of baseball? Let's go.
What the heck was it? There was something that happened back then. I'm sure it was.
I
can't remember.
want to say
maybe it was just like
I think my first Netherlands hat was from the first World Baseball Classic.
Nice.
That's why it's a weird shade of orange now.
It happens.
Favorite hat that I don't actually have, there's a dope Chewbacca fitted out there. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It is so sick. Shout out to my guy, Damn Campo on Twitter. He might have, it might just be twitter.com/Chewbacca fitted. I'd have to look.
Oh, yo, Lid says 30% off orders of $50 or more for the next hour and 10 minutes.
The deal that I got.
Just saying.
Oh, it is. It's twitter.com/Chewbacca fitted. I'll put it in the chat. It's unfriggin' believable. I want it. I forget. It's expensive. Very limited edition. But it's.
Yo!
Oh, no. Get
That's
off Twitter.
wicked.
I gotta get off Twitter because this Negan can't find out what happened with the real Negan tonight until after the stream.
Oh, that's right. Get off the Twitter.
Get
off the Twitter, Negan. All right. Well, listen. I think
we have proven that we have a unhealthy obsession with hats.
I mean, that's going to be great. Just imagine what's going to happen when, like, we're finally, like, see each other in person, and we're like going through each other's hat bags. And
well, I'm only bringing. We're gonna be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Here's my plan. Yeah. Are you ready? I bought the yard goats. I bought the fire frogs. They're both coming. Also, our out of the park meetup on the 6th, 6 to 8 at Beerworks #1 across the street from Fenway, which also means across the street from the official Red Sox team store. You know what I need? Yep. A Red Sox hat. To have that dope one with the 2 socks. I think that's the way I'm going. I feel like you are more of a me kind of guy.
No, I have the 2 socks, actually. I bought one the first time I went to Fenway because I didn't want to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have the hanging socks. I might stop. I got to drive through Portland on the way down. Maybe stop and pick up a Sea Dogs hat. I've actually been to a Portland Sea Dogs game, by the way.
Dope.
Hype. I also have a New Hampshire Fisher Cats hat because I've been to a Fisher Cats game, actually, where I saw Marcus Stroman pitch and Gary Sanchez was catching for Trenton.
Let me ask you a question. Do you want to start buying some really weird minor league hats?
I mean, first of all, is there a minor league hat that's...
I just lost you at the end, but it's all good.
Is there a minor league hat that's not weird?
No, that's also not true. That's also not a thing.
Like, can I get a Lehigh Valley cheesesteaks fitted right now?
Yes, Jimmy, we'll be in Boston the 6th, 7th, and 8th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So I have a Hickory Crawdads hat. For Mother's Day, they're going to be the Hickory Craw Moms. Kind of want one of those hats, too. It's going to be kind of the same. It's going to have pink. It's going to be pretty legit. Also, Trenton Thunder. Have a Trenton Thunder hat, but they're going to be the Trenton Pork Rolls one day. So I kind of want that, even though I'm a huge sausage, egg, and cheese fan. Not a big fan of the Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. Not a pork roll guy.
Nice.
I feel like now I need to make my list, figure out which MLB teams I'm missing, finish those out, and then I'm just going to buy all sorts of weird minor league hats.
Yeah.
Like the Biscuits hat. So I'm still mad last year. It was last year or the year before that I lost to Spore in MLB. Winner bought the loser a minor league hat, or loser bought the winner a minor league hat. He wanted the Montgomery Biscuits hat, but he wanted the Montgomery Biscuits hat with just the M on it.
Why?
I don't know.
If you're not buying listen, if you're, again, this goes back, I remember the day that I first saw this hat. If you're not buying the Montgomery Biscuits hat, biscuit with a face, you're living your life wrong.
Wait, are you coming through Vermont? Don't they have like a dope hat up there? Are they the Vermont Lake Monsters?
The Lake Monsters have some sick hats.
They do have some sick hats.
There's so many, like the Reading Phillies, but the Whoopie Pie hat. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
that's a legit.
The Visalia Toros.
That's legit. I like how Lids has changed their website now so that you see all the team hats from one team on the same page, as opposed to like having to go like to each hat individually. It's a wonderful update to their website. Okay, I'm going to be up till 3 o'clock in the morning just looking at hats now.
I spent a stream like 2 nights ago just on hatclub.com, which I'd never even heard of. They have custom hats. Actually, I found out that I have heard of hatclub.com.
I'm just going to be up forever.
And that's where my brother-in-law bought
TJ, you muted yourself.
No, I didn't.
In the Discord.
Don't tell me that.
Maybe you did it on purpose. Maybe you didn't do it on purpose.
I'm back.
I feel like this, you know what, this may go down as the best episode of Bullpen Banter ever, just for the hat. We should have a separate podcast where we just talk about hats.
Hatchat.com. Look it up.
Let's go. Make sure you give us a follow on Twitter, twitter.com/hatchat.
Hatchat. Is that available?
I'll
tell you what's not available. Twitter.com/Bullpen Banter.
Oh, someone has it.
No. Have they tweeted?
One tweet in 2010.
Get after them. Get after them. Get after the Bullpen Banter people. We need those Twitter accounts. I'm so upset right now.
Hat_chat has 2 tweets.
What about Hatcast? How about the chatter of Hatter? The Mad Chatter. Mad Chatter. Lowercase c, capital H.
Hatter Chatter?
Hatter Chatter.
Hatter Chatter is taken.
How is Hatter Chatter taken?
And they have 3,200 tweets and 1,800 followers.
Damn, Campo have a hat thing? Oh, you know what? I think some random hotkey mutes me in.
Nice. Well, hey, Jimmy, if you want to come to the meetup, man, make sure you fill out that form. We'll get you on the email list. We'll get you on the invite list. It's going to be, TJ and I won't be the, well, I mean, we'll be the biggest celebrities there, but there's going to be some minor celebrities there possibly as well. Yeah, I think
if these other people roll in, we're definitely not.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short.
There's that taco hat that's dope.
Yeah, the taco hat is dope. The New Orleans baby cakes hats are just weird.
Those are interesting. I kind of want one.
They're weird, man. The Rumble ponies.
I
was always a big fan of the
weird. Then I bought one.
I was always a big fan of just the classic Myrtle Beach Pelicans with just the pelican head on the front, like the powder blue. That was always a legit hat. Lehigh Valley cheesesteaks, man. That's where it's at right now.
I kind of want that. That looks pretty dope too.
How do you not want a hat with a cheesesteak on the front?
My Clearwater Threshers, I think, is
let's
pretty
go.
I got this at spring training, I think. Or no, I went to a Threshers game, but it's also where the Phillies play their spring training games.
Right.
El Paso Chihuahuas, also a good one, but they're also the tacos, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we've talked more hats than we have talked about Road to or franchise, I believe.
Maybe that's probably the byline for this episode, guys. TJ and I spent more time talking about hats than we did talking about Road to the Show and franchise combined. That's all you need to know about Road to the Show and franchise in MLB The Show 18.
Also, speaking about packs, we put in requests to do streaming from the Elgato Stream Pods. If that works, if we get accepted for that, I think we're going to try to do Bullpen Banter from the show. We're also bringing all of our stuff because we can't go away for 3 days and not be playing the show. So we're bringing consoles to our hotel, so we'll be able to hook up. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is good and we can do some streaming there. If not, we'll try to just record some stuff and upload it the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, look for lots of content. So make sure you're following us on Twitter, at ThatSportsGamer, at SnaggleJ. Maybe we'll try to live stream. I don't know if that's a thing. You saving that data?
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely going to be.
You saving that weird international data plan to come down?
I don't really need nothing, but we're definitely going to be doing some streaming on the official OTP channels. So OTP Baseball on Twitter and OTP Baseball on Facebook. We're going to be doing some streaming there. But I think we're going to try to get some personal stuff. I know I'm trying to try to get maybe a couple of live Twitter videos in there. You know, just some short stuff. You never know who you might run into.
Might run into me.
Yeah, you might run into you. We might run into Mills. Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Shorts flared.
Shorts flared. But yeah, no, you know what? There's definitely going to be all kinds of. I'm so excited to go to PAX. I can't believe it's 18 days away.
That is close. I need my back to feel better before I go there.
I am super hyped, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're definitely going to try to get as much live stuff as we can.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait for this to happen. Meeting you in person will be great since I gave you a job. So I figure now would be a good time to make sure you're a good candidate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's time for my interview now after 5 months.
Yeah, and then we can both be driving home rather than watching WrestleMania. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think I might have that covered though. We'll see. All
right, you're lucky. I'll try to figure out a way to do it. Also, figuring out a real time for Bullpen Banter Weekly. We're gonna probably do that soon. Again, we're gonna get off of our Monday nights that we've been doing. I think we're going to try to do the night of roster updates so we can talk about that the night that it drops, rather than waiting a couple days when you've already played with the cards with their new roster, with their new attributes and stuff. So we want to be more timely on that. That's the main thing we cover on the episodes. So if the roster updates are going to be Fridays, we're going to do Bullpen Banter Friday nights for you. What else? Also, the weekly Out of the Park baseball streams are going to change to Monday nights. I believe starting April 2nd. So be ready for that. If you're following us over there on twitch.tv/ODevelopments. Anything else, SnaggleJ? You got anything else that you want to talk about?
No, that's it, man.
Are we done with Fortnite? Can we never have to play Fortnite again? I can go and install this.
I mean, you never know.
Ugh, killing me. I don't want to have to be the most amazing Fortnite player ever.
Well, you're already there, so
it's a tough life I live.
Mission accomplished.
But yeah, if you haven't already, join the Discord. ThatSportsGamer.com/BB Discord gets you in there. Lots of great rooms, lots of great chatter going on over there. Mainly out of the MLB The Show stuff, but there's also rooms for Super Mega Baseball, RBI, and Out of the Park. Archives of the show available on ThatSportsGamer.com/Bullpen Banter. Or YouTube.com/ThatSportsGamer. I don't know. Lots of stuff coming up. Going to be a big week. Lots of baseball stuff going on. SnaggleJ, anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Nope. Baseball. Baseball is back. Let's go baseball. Wall to wall all week long. Love it.
As do I. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you back here again next week. And now it's time for you to get out of the bullpen, get into the game. Take it easy, folks.